What is up, YouTube fragrance family out there? Thanks for joining me on my channel. I will be your host for the next few minutes, Steven Sturgill. And we are looking today, guys, at an old, well, not real old, kind of old, Baldessarini private affairs, which, interestingly enough, the original Baldessarini is actually a German guy. So I'm not sure if he shares some Italian ancestry, but whatever. This is private affairs, and I did pick this up on eBay for quite cheap. I think about maybe 22 bucks. It was a, how can I say this? It was an open product that the guy no longer wanted, so it did not come with the box. I don't believe it's a tester. Anyways, bottle says made in the UK. It is the 90 ml, which is the larger flacon. I don't know if the camera can pick that up or not. Come on, camera. Well, anyways, it's not true. It's 90 mils. Could not find the nose on this. If anyone out there knows, please let me know with a text or an email. Okay, guys, this is fairly cheapy. It's I think it can be had brand new for between $30 and $45 max for the larger flacon of 90 ml. And I think the smaller 50 ml, I think, can be had for as little as, I don't know, $18 to $22, thereabouts. Something like that. It's a cheapie. So why am I not wearing my white cap reverse? Because this never started life that way, and it's only sort of accidental that it's ending up that way on Skid Row. This is a very intriguing scent, guys. I'm going to say something a little bit controversial now. I'm going to say that I think this is very nearly niche quality. Yes, it is a designer. Now, first, let me preface this by saying that, of course, Baldessarini was part and parcel to Hugo Boss. So for anybody out there that has remotely liked the Boss scents out there, the classic Hugo Bosses, most of the flankers, this was right there with those guys, part and parcel of the Boss family. Same production houses, same designers, some of the same noses, I believe, worked on these as well. Although again, it's not listing exactly who designed this frag and the its brother fragrance. Let's see, this is Private Affairs. They have another one called, what is the name of it? I don't want to say it. It's something similar. Strictly Private. Yeah, so there's all these private, strictly private, Private Affairs. Of course, they had Amber Oud, which is 2017. They had the classic Amber, which has a lot of love out there amongst the fragrance community, which dropped in 2007. Fairly attractive, somewhat simple bottle. They had the Cool Force, also in 2017. Very attractive, sort of frosted, clear glass. I don't know what that's supposed to smell like. Stone, maybe something aquatic. I don't know. I've never looked at the note breakdown. And they have the old Del Mar Seychelles and Del Mar 05 and Nautic Spirit, which is almost a straight jab at Nautica. I'm not sure if they're connected or not, going back to 2014. And then Secret Mission, which is a really cool bottle, and what a fantastic name. I'm on a secret mission. I'm wearing Baldessarini Secret Mission 2012. And then they had Baldessarini Ultimate in 2015. Also Concentré in 2002, which is supposed to be quite strong. I'm not really sure that's going to be the truth or not. And again, this is a German company. Okay, into the note breakdown, and then I will talk about something else relevant to the fragrance. Bergamot, nutmeg, juniper, classic top notes. Heart notes, you get lavender and geranium. There's your floral. As if the juniper wasn't enough. Well, I mean, anyways. Base notes, you get leather, maple, cedarwood, and sandalwood. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, when I first sprayed this on hours and hours ago today, I was not impressed. The initial blast was, on the one hand, that just traditional cheap alcoholic drugstore cologne smell. I mean, it had that sort of effervescent, burn off of like gas, yeah, some kind of cheap alcohol, and then you could smell some of the cologne coming through, obviously. And I thought, well, this is starting to smell like a drugstore cheapie, and I started getting worried. Not that $20 or whatever I spent on it is anything to worry about, but I'm gonna tell you right now, guys. Then it started morphing, and as I started vaping off, I started getting these other little interesting notes, a little bit sort of like um, classic leather with some floral components, with some soft wood components, like from the sandalwood and cedarwood, and it had just this little subtly, um, almost like burnt honey, caramel brulee, um, with almost just like a leftovers of like some kind of plum liqueur with like a baby hint of star anise. Not prominent at all, but just like way, way, way in the background. And then it started becoming this very complex, intriguing blend of leather, sandalwood, cedarwood, the leather again, the lavender, the geranium, the nutmeg, the bergamot, and the juniper, just creating this sort of very sophisticated, macho yet very refined, elegant smell. Very almost gourmand to a point. I mean, to a very light degree, almost gourmand. It's really, really phenomenal. I do, like a lot of detractors out there online, realize that the sillage is not the best and longevity is not the best. So what I had to end up doing is really, really just going to town with spritzes and sprays. I mean, I think I probably ended up doing like 20 sprays. I'm not gonna lie, but the good news is once you get those 20 to 25 sprays on, it does begin to last quite a while, and it does have some decent sillage. It's never going to be beast mode. I don't know, if they simply watered it down too much or didn't add enough fixatives to it. I can promise you guys, if they made this into an EDP and just double to triple the strength of the essence of the actual perfume, the cologne, add some more fixatives, do what you got to do. This would be interstellar galactic. This would be as hard hitting as they come in terms of niche or uber design fragrances that are sort of right there on the cutting edge of straddling that little space between super high-end designer and fairly high-end niche, or at least starter niche fragrances. This is something, guys, very unique. It doesn't smell like anything else out there on the market. It's refined, it's elegant, there's a floral component, there's a woodsy, leathery component, similar to a new car smell, and yet somehow, I don't know, there's a lot of different things going on in there. It's on the one hand, it seems linear, but then as it begins changing and morphing, you begin smelling different notes in there, different accords. I think it's much more complex than it would seem at first sniff, if that makes sense. And it's also a very subtle fragrance. It's something that's going to take time to figure out. It's not going to you're never going to choke anyone out with this cologne. But at the same time, I do think, if you're on a date or you're with some business people or businessmen, they're probably going to smell it if they get really close to you, but it's not going to actively just project into their nostrils. If they're a foot and a half to 2 feet away, that's not going to really happen. Unless the wind just comes and, that's whatever, right? It blows the essence of the aroma, your way or their way. That could be anything. But, guys, honestly, for 20 to 25 bucks, you could do a lot worse than to smell like this. This is a very intriguing fragrance that you need to let open up on your skin. Give it time. Again, you're going to have to go quite heavy to get it to start to sort of actively project and to also last. But having said that, man, if they made this in an EDP, or just jazzed it up a little bit and work on adding fixatives to it, because there are some strong colognes out there as well, and eau de toilettes obviously as well. So I'm giving this a recommendation, but with an asterisk that A, you don't mind the fact that you'll have to go very heavy on the spritzes. B, That's never going to be beast mode. Even if you do 100 sprays, this is still never going to compare to something like La Yukawam from Rasasi, or almost any of the newer Bulgaris, like Men in Black line, the African-inspired one, with La Luz art on it. No, it's never going to compete in terms of just beast mode projection, nor longevity, nor sillage with any of those, or any of the super strong ouds or ambers. But, having said that, I mean, it's still going to be on your body for 4 to 6 hours, I think, with decent sillage, decent projection, decent longevity. But it's a very intriguing and interesting, and it's just quite different. At the very beginning, I thought it was quite generic, but then once it started opening up, and that alcoholic effect went away, I thought, this doesn't really smell like anything I've ever smelled before. It smells, on the one hand, similar, but never the same. So it's quite intriguing. It does smell on the mature side, so I'm going to say that I don't think if you're below 25 to 30, you're probably not going to want to rock this scent. But if you're above that age group, or you simply are just someone very mature, have at it. Go for it. I think this could be worn on just about any occasion or event. Very versatile. Very versatile. I think this could be worn year round, if I'm not mistaken. So check it out, guys. Pretty interesting scent I'd found online, and you may want to check it out. I'm now very curious to try some of Baldessarini's other scents, and you may be as well. But that's going to wrap it up today, and thanks for joining me, and we will see you next time. Spray often, which I did. Spray well, which I did. And live your life on your terms, not anyone else's. Thanks so much, guys. If you like, subscribe, and hit the bell for future updates. Peace. I'm out.